Hey, what's going on, everybody? Brad here, Mr. DNA fan, back for another live stream, another Let's Talk Jurassic. It's been a little while. It's been a while, guys. How you doing? How's everything going? Is my music playing? I forget how this all works. It's been a little while. We are back. How long will this be? I don't know. There's Mr. DNA shirt, Mr. DNA hat. What else do we have? Do we have other Mr. DNA stuff? I don't know, probably. But that's it. That's what we're going for today, at least. Is this really live? Like really? Yes, it is. Like right now, Channel of War. It's very, very live. Very live. What's up, Jurassic Dave? How you doing, dude? How long will this be? I don't know. I have no idea. This is like a spur of the moment live stream. If you're just joining in, if you have no idea what this is about, we used to do these every Wednesday night, and then June came along and things got a little hectic, and then we did our long 8-hour live stream that was like the 26th of June. And we haven't done any live streams since then. So we're like a few weeks after that. But I figured it's a Wednesday night. It might be time. Might be time for another live stream. Might be time. So we're here. We're going to be talking about Jurassic. And typically what we do is we talk about whatever the latest news is. So I figured, it's probably a good time. Probably a good time to do that. We've got a bunch of stuff. So I just put it up in the headline, in the title of this video. But yeah, so I figured we'll talk about the Ray Arnold business. We'll talk about Jurassic World live tour, maybe returning, and we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I saw Jurassic Souls mentioned a Stegosaurus, so I looked that up real quick, and I got the video. So maybe we'll play that. It would be good if I maybe added that stuff to my stream. But yeah, I am very excited for all the stuff that's been going on. We've been going for a little while with the live stream, so we didn't really get to discuss everything. For instance, the Jurassic World Dominion intro preview, whatever you want to call it. We didn't really get to discuss that too much. Oops, what did I just do? Did I just completely change my screen? I didn't mean to do that. Hey, we're back here. So I know, let's see, Reptilius here is saying Jurassic World Dominion, theories for Dominion from Isasorna Communications. And it is nice to see your name and picture on the side, even though I can't see you. Hopefully it's okay to see me. But yeah. All right. Anyway, so if you have any ideas, anything you want to discuss, whatever that may be, put it in the chat, and we'll discuss as much as we possibly can here tonight. But yeah, I've been good. Dodgson. I hope you've been okay. I hope you've been doing all right. Yeah, and it's nice to kind of get away from June and how hectic that was, and now get back to talking about Jurassic again. So I am very pumped about it. And of course, we've been doing it still. I've still done the podcasts and stuff. So if you're just tuning into this for the first time, we do have many podcasts out there. And yeah, it has been a hot minute. So sorry, let's get back into it. All right, let me update it first. We're gonna update the podcast itself. So. Oh, I should put my brand thingy on there, my overlay. Look, there it is. We're live. I should put that on. Then you guys would know that we're live. So over on the podcast feed, we did so much during our 8-hour live stream that I have these much longer conversations that I want to put out there and have you guys take a listen to, because some of them are really, really awesome. All of them were, but the ones that I have ready to go, I'm just like, man, some of these conversations were like an hour and a half, and we only released about 20 minutes on the live stream event. So I'm excited to get the whole conversation out there. So far, we had quick conversations with Mattel that came out last week on the podcast feed, and also for Jurassic World, the exhibition. So those two already went out on the feed last week. And then this week, I believe it was Michael Corelli, who he's actually, I was just talking to him before, he's picking up more merch for me. So that's awesome. But Michael Corelli he's a guy who cosplays, and he's just a huge Jurassic fan. So please check out that episode from this week where you get to learn like all about how he celebrates Jurassic. So that was a really fun episode, very heartfelt. I think you get a lot of really good insight into how Jurassic can shape your life and change your life. So I think that's a fun episode to listen to. So next week we'll be airing. It's another like full-length extended edition segment where I talked with Caleb Burnett about the score for Jurassic World Dominion. We dived into all the multiple teases that were already released. That was so long ago now. But we really analyzed what we can for you guys, and it was like another hour and a half conversation. It was condensed down to like 30 minutes in our live stream. So you get a lot more, like a full hour more. But yeah, so that's what we've got coming up next week. And after that, I don't know. We're still got a lot of stuff to air for the live stream. But yeah, I also want to get you guys some fresh content too. But what's going on in chat? Let's see what's happening here. I know Donald here wants my thoughts on Evolution 2. Maybe we'll get to that in a little bit. Sorna wants to hear what dinosaurs I'd like to see in it, or if I play video games. If I play video games. I do play video games. Which way should I put my hat? All right, so Jurassic Souls here. Look at you. Look at you. Coming back here in a big way. Thank you so much for the super chat. You're always killing it. Always killing it. Like I said, you got to come on here one day. We'll talk. We'll talk Jurassic sometime. If there was a Mr. DNA cameo sequence in Dominion, I wonder what it would be. Huh. Yeah, I mean, you would think that Mr. DNA probably doesn't have a lot of life left in... Sorry, Mr. DNA. Don't listen. Hold on. Just cover your ears wherever they are. Do you have ears? This is weird, you know? Oh, somebody had mentioned I forgot how fun these were at the beginning. Yeah, you ain't kidding. There you go. I forgot how fun these things are. But yeah, what would he do? What would Mr. DNA do if he was in Dominion? Well, I think he would go out and he would track down all the dinosaurs, try to corral them all back, maybe put them on a ship, maybe put them all out to like Sanctuary Island. He would do it all himself, probably like, I could see it with like a lasso and like a cowboy hat or something like that. But I don't know. I mean, probably not that. Probably I could see him being like a PSA or something like that, right? Like, you know, like he pops up on your TV every now and then, and it's just like, hey, folks, that's the worst Mr. DNA impression I've ever done in my life. I was wearing all this merch. I literally just read the Mr. DNA Little Golden Book with my son before bedtime, and then I come down here and I go, hey, folks, like that sounds like Mr. DNA. What am I doing? All right, so what I was about to say was, PSA, Mr. DNA will pop on your TV and be like, well, looky here. A bunch of dinosaurs are out in the wild. Make sure you stay way away from them, about 6 feet back, like it's COVID or something. But, you know, I could definitely see him being like, just kind of like the Mr. PSA when it comes to staying away from the dinosaurs. You know, we don't want you to get into some trouble out with the wild dinosaurs. You might see these little guys. These are Compsognathus. Make sure to stay away from them. Stuff like that. I feel like that would be a nice way to do it, but I don't imagine it would be something like we really see firsthand, like something like that. But I think it could be a fun little, the camera's panning by and you see him off in the corner talking to like a group of kids or something like that, or like the DPG, for instance, if they're still around, if Claire or whoever still has like some ties or influence with talking about dinosaurs in the public. Maybe they go out to schools and they say, this is the world we live in now, and we had firsthand experience at this, and this is what we want you to know about it. We are the experts here. And then somebody in the crowd, like a dad, will be like, yeah, but you let them all get out. And then a fight will break out, and then Claire will be like, okay, let's just put on this VH, and they like roll out the the TV on the stand, and and it's like that old stand. It is like a VHS with a Mr. DNA on it, and they pop it in. Mr. DNA comes in the room like this, and he's like, you know what? So you got yourself in some trouble with a dinosaur. I don't know why I didn't use his voice, but wow, we're really off to a start here, aren't we? What am I doing? Maybe there was a reason I took a few weeks off from live streaming. So you got yourself in trouble with some dinosaurs, eh? I understood that reference. Yep. Dude, how funny would that be, though, if Mr. DNA just turned around a school chair and just sat down with his arm over and he's like, so, the sad part is like, I see your interactions on my list of, over here between Facebook and YouTube, but I'm like, literally, this is just me talking to myself, standing up, turning my chair around and doing Mr. DNA impressions. So yeah. Anyway, so let me go back up here because so yeah, thank you, Donald, for the hat talk. But again, thank you to Jurassic Souls. That was a fun little tangent, right? I think that was a fun little tangent. I don't know. Oh no, my wife just texted me something. All right, so let's see here. What else we have? Siaka's in the house. Yo. All right, so Siaka says, how about having Colin Trevorrow cameo as the voice actor of Mr. DNA trying to find work after Jurassic World fell apart? Oh my God, that would be hilarious. It's like kind of like what I was just joking about with Claire, like in a gymnasium, trying to put on like a little, speech about not interacting with dinosaurs, and having like teachers or family members like interact with them and be like, boo, you guys did this. This is all your fault. I could see like there's just a huge backlash from like anybody that worked at Jurassic World. Like even the dude that's just like, I just work here. Like he can't get a job at Disney or Universal. Because like, so, they're like, so looking at your references here, and Jurassic World, tell me a little bit about that. What did you do there? Well, I kind of just operated the rides. I'm sorry, I can't go further with this. You have to leave. You have to leave now. But I just did the rides. Doesn't matter. You worked at Jurassic World. Now there's dinosaurs loose. But yeah, I could see that happening with Mr. DNA actor. It's like he gets in the office and they're like, all right, so you've done some voice acting before, right? Yeah, actually, I have. And then Colin's in there like, yes, I have done some voice acting before. So let me look at your references here. It looks like you voiced Mr. DNA. Could you tell me a little bit about him? Yeah, how can I say this? He's somebody who he's really important, and he's kind of like a guide. He's somebody that guides you, around a place. If you were to go to a place, he would be somebody to kind of tell you about the place and like how things are done, how things are made. Could you be a little bit more specific? Like where would this have happened? Like what kind of place? Jurassic World. Did you just say Jurassic World? Did you get out? But don't you want to hear my impression when I say the word dinosaurs? No, get out. Out now. Go. So yeah, I don't know why I just did that, but I did. So we're here to talk Jurassic, guys. Yeah. You love the Mr. DNA merch. Yeah, I want to talk about evolution. We'll talk about it in a little bit. So yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Mr. DNA saves the world. Jared made it. I like that, like, everybody's like saying hello, like just coming in here, watching me do an interview process with, you know, a theme park ride operator and the guy who voices Mr. DNA. If you're just showing up, yeah, there's a little history to this episode so far. But all right, so let's dive into our first thing here, and that is oh, well, that's weird. Why did it show up like that? Oh, that's the wrong screen. That's why. All right. Let me see. Where is the screen? Here it is, right here. All right, so we're going to share this screen. So, Mr. Ray Arnold, John Raymond Arnold, is coming to the toy line, 3 3/4 inch figure, and I am super pumped about this. I know Chris over at Jurassic Outpost, I believe, has one already in hand, and also Tim over at Collect Jurassic, I know he did a full review, so please go check out that video. But I don't have it yet. It hopefully is coming soon. But yeah, so let's I already clicked into the link. All right, that's cool. Anyway, I do love this figure, and kind of expected. I feel like I've said this before, right? I've definitely said that, you know, once we had the where I don't know where it is right now. Oh, this one right here. We have the Amber collection, and pretty much like when we have the Amber collection, we have the 3 3/4 inch, right? So they basically just scale them up and down. These ones are essentially the same thing. Like, looking at, I got it right here, and I'm holding it right up to my computer screen. And yeah, I mean, it is pretty close. I mean, there is a little bit more detail in this one, as far as I can tell from the pictures and whatnot. But it's basically a scaled up or scaled down, I guess you could say, for this one. Previous ones we've had 3 3/4 inch of like Malcolm for a long time, and then the Amber collection came out, and that was basically just they took the 3 3/4 inch and made it bigger. And I said, you know, once this Amber one came out, I'm like, all right, well, it's only a matter of time before this one comes out. So here it is, and of course we've all kind of hoped that the arm would come off, and there it is. That looks pretty gruesome. I love it. But the best part about this is this whole entire pack. We're getting literally this maintenance shed, which is fantastic. But also you're getting that electrical panel right there. The switches on and off, like that is super awesome. You're getting the lighting and the sound effects. That is incredible. I love that. I do have, you know, the Dennis Nedry in the Barbasol can, and that is such a great little collector's item. And I love like how you press down and it does all of the lighting and the different voiceover moments from the film. So this does the same exact thing. I'm not really, you know, telling you any kind of new information here. If you've seen Tim's video, you've seen everything that it can do. But it's just very cool. I really, really dig it. I know a lot of people are still calling for, to get like Lex, because we haven't gotten any Lex figure yet. And it's obviously one-sided, male versus female here. But again, it is still great. It does seem like they are going to be filling out this entire cast from the first film, and I do kind of appreciate that they are filling this out one by one. I know some people have said, "Oh, come on, couldn't we have gotten something from the Lost World, the Jurassic Park 3, or Jurassic World?" But I do appreciate that they are filling this out, one by one. The Raptor is an interesting one. You know, it's definitely I think it's a good paint job. It's not like the Raptor that we know from the film. I think the better one was in that was it Legacy? I don't know if it was, but the box set with Elling and Hammond and the two Raptors and the banner, those Raptors were pretty good. They were pretty spot on for the 3 3/4 inch line. This one, it's a cool look. I like it. I definitely like it. It's just, it feels a little different, right? But who knows? Maybe when you get down in those maintenance tunnels, who knows? Maybe they look different. Or maybe this one just sat on a grill for a little bit and was like, you know what? I just need to warm up. And then Mr. DNA came down and he's like, looky here, a dinosaur on a grill. Never seen that before. Only at Jurassic Park. And then Arnold came down and was like, Mr. DNA, stop. And then this whole thing happened, and that's why he was distracted. He was supposed to turn the power back on, but then he got his arm cut off. It was a whole thing. So that was the deleted scene, which this is. So that is really, really cool that this is actually not a deleted scene, but a scene that never came to fruition. Hurricane Aniki came down to Hawaii, and just really, it's still the most powerful hurricane to have hit Hawaii, I believe, and it just devastated, a lot down there. And of course, it interfered with the Jurassic Park sets. And Sam Jackson has, been on record saying that, basically like destroyed the sets. He was supposed to come down to Hawaii to film his final scene, his death scene, and he never got the chance to do that. So, that's bittersweet, but it is very cool that we do have that scene come to life here. And that is something that's special. I think that's really interesting and a pretty great take when it comes to toy creation. I think that's really cool to actually get something we've never seen before brought to life in a new way. So that's pretty cool. I definitely like that. I definitely think that's cool. But again, here it says, capturing this tragic moment that only lives in the imagination. This pack includes a highly posable 3 3/4 inch action figure of Arnold with a removable arm in the maintenance shed. And the Velociraptor, it's 2.4 inches and 7 inches long. I'm sorry. And, I do love this Raptor pose. I'm trying to look. Are the other ones as posable as that? I think so, but I do love that pose because it's very reminiscent of the Cyclops Raptor, and I'm always very fond of that pose when it's kind of lunged down like that. So I know it's a little overused at this point. We've gotten a bunch of them so far. I don't know what number this is. Like, it could be like number 10 that we've gotten of this style Raptor. Maybe not that many, but close. But it's another one, and I'm okay with that because this is a very cool pack. And I don't have the images here, but the box art is incredible. Everything looks really, really cool on it. So yeah, I am very, very excited about this. And, it's going to be on Mattel Creations for $25. And interestingly enough, I was talking with some people today, and they had mentioned that, like, so far, all the reveals from Mattel Creations over on their Instagram are all set to release at the same time. The same day, on the same website, which just signals a lot of issues for me. I feel like that could cause a lot of drama. Now, for instance, today they had actually, let me see if I can bring that up here. I think the link is right here. Today they had talked about Kevin. Oh, come on, I'm not logged in. All right, Kevin here, the bird from Up. They've also created one of those, and it's a really great looking figure. If I could open it, but I'm not logged in. It's a really great looking figure, and it would be something that if it wasn't too expensive, I would definitely go for that too, because I think that's really cool. Oh, you can see the full size Kevin right here. That's big. That's amazing. That is a really, really cool figure. So I want that. But the likelihood of being able to pre-order two things at once on the same site at the same time, the same day, that's causing some issues here, I think. And this is only the third thing to be revealed out of 12 days of fandom. So, we've got this guy here. Was he a wrestler? I don't know. And then you got Ray Arnold. So that's, if you're a wrestling fan and a Jurassic fan, you're in some trouble. And if you also like Pixar and the movie Up, you're also in some trouble. So I don't know how it's going to happen. And I'm afraid it's going to cause a lot of drama and issues trying to get these things. So you basically have to look at what is revealed. And I know, with all of you here, I'm assuming the big thing that you're going to want is Ray Arnold, but you never know. You never know. You could like something more than Jurassic. It is possible. It's totally possible. So I don't know, but very cool. I'm digging what they've done so far with Ray Arnold. I think it's a lot of fun, and I love the pack. I love the sounds. I love the lights. That stuff's really cool. So definitely track this down for Comic-Con. So that's fun. What are you guys saying? I've been not paying attention to the live stream chat so far. So let's take a look back. Jurassic Soul screamed when he saw that he had sound. Yes. And Night Raptor loves Raptor skin design for this. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I think it's cool. It's just not the right Raptor, but it's all right. I want to buy it too. I know that they are sending me one, but I know I want to buy one too because like I'm a collector, but because like one of them is like, you got to open it. I got to kind of ruin everything to kind of film reviews and stuff like that. But I do kind of want one, and I always like to grab one on these exclusive days just in case like I know like somebody personally that didn't get a chance to get it. Donald here feels like Ray Arnold had a chance to survive the '93 incident. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. It's definitely possible, but I don't think so. And I Jurassic isn't really that kind of series. I guess it is. I guess it actually is that kind of series. So I'm wrong. Going back to the first novel, spoilers for Jurassic Park, the novel from 1991. But Ian Malcolm dies and then comes back in the sequel. So in The Lost World. So it's not, I guess, out of the realm of possibility for Jurassic, but at least in the film franchise, it doesn't necessarily feel like something that would ever happen. Like, we get a flashback that shows he got his arm bit off, and then he found a hot pipe, and then he just went, singed it, tied it off with his tie. It's plainly written right there. Like it's on the walls. Like you could definitely do it. It is possible. How many times in like The Walking Dead has somebody gotten their arm bit down here and Rick's like, you know what? We got to take that thing off. And he just, he slaps it off, and then they burn it, tie it off, and the person's fine. Right. Like, a week later. So it's possible. It's just not very likely. But, you never know, I guess, when it comes to these movies. Maybe he comes back in a sequel. And he literally just walks in. He's like, hold on your butts. And you're like, oh, my God, he's still around? I thought he died. And they're like, nope. And they don't even explain it. And then, like, after Dominion's release, Mattel's like, hey, guys, we have a new exclusive. And it shows him putting his arm on a pipe and then putting a tie around his arm. And then that's how you know what happened. Let's see what else we got here. This Ray Arnold is very reminiscent of the Kenner Nedry figure. Trying to figure out what you mean. I don't remember. I never had a Nedry. Did his arm come off? Maybe. I don't remember. Yes, Dodgson. This is one of the things that is a huge bummer. All right, so figure looks great, and as per usual, we have distribution issues. Right, we're gonna have issues here. International doesn't seem like there's going to be any kind of shipping. I don't know. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Like I'm tired, but I have the availability to purchase these and to get sent some of these. But I am so tired of having to repeat it time and time again, and to harp on the fact that there's bad distribution, that it's not available where it should be. It's not easy for people to get this thing everywhere. I'm so upset about it, and I hate that that's the truth, but it's the truth. I'm so tired of it. I wish this would all just get figured out, and they didn't forget about international audiences or audiences in the States when something only comes out internationally. Like it goes back and forth. Obviously, in the international audience outside of the States gets the brunt of it because, I guess they're more focused on the States, but sometimes it happens here as well where like we don't have something that's like in Mexico or something. But it's like I said, it's much more rare to not have something here. But it's just so tiring to be talking about this since 2018, that there's still struggles and there's still issues. And I don't mean I'm tired of you guys saying it, or I'm tired of it being like an issue in that sense. I mean, I'm tired of it still being a problem. I really wish it could be fixed. But we've talked about it so much and nothing has ever happened. And everybody has voiced their concerns, so it's not like they're unaware. It's just there's got to be more to it. I just don't know what it is, Night Raptor says, pretty graphic for a toy, but it's not exactly for kids. Yeah, I know. I had actually, speaking of, we have a TikTok. You cool kids are into the TikToks. We make those now, I guess. But somebody on TikTok had said the same thing, that like, I can't believe they're making a kid's toy like this that has the, gruesome like arm ripping off. And, I was basically like, yeah, but, this is more of like a collector's item. It's something that's going to Mattel Creations. It's not really popping up in stores. Now, that doesn't mean that at a later date, this won't show up at Target, because it probably will. It probably will. Not in this form, not what you see here with this really cool box and the Raptor, but maybe it'll come with just a Raptor and Ray Arnold, or, something like that. It won't come with the electronic thing in the background, but I'm sure it will at some point come out in stores, and it probably will have the same effect. I don't know, because it's kind of what you would expect. Like that's what you want from a Ray Arnold figure, right? I know I've heard that the Amber Collection one does it as well, but I'm not testing my luck there. Those things are a little fragile as it is. I don't want to pull anything off there. But yeah, I figure it will eventually come out. But it's, at that point when it ends up, if it ever does hit Target, it will become something that, kids can just like grab off a shelf or say, Mommy, I want that. But in this case right now, it's pretty much for collectors only. Yeah, but Gennaro is still missing. You know what? I've said this time and time again to Mattel, and they know it. So I expect this eventually at a San Diego Comic-Con. Maybe next year. That would be pretty great. Next year, it would be the perfect exclusive. A little hut with the toilet, the thatched roof. Donald Gennaro figure. It would be amazing. If you want, include a T-Rex again for some reason, but you don't have to. You can literally just put, I feel like they're gonna, but I feel like, just put the little hut, put a little, like that little concrete Jurassic sign, like whatever it said. I think there was one right around there. And then put Donald Gennaro, and then you could be able to put him on the toilet and get eaten by a T-Rex. That is the ultimate exclusive, and that better be coming next year. Hopefully, fingers crossed, next year. All right, sorry, I'm checking out the comments here still. Yeah, I really dig that it was something that was created based off of a scene that we could have gotten. Like, if there's another set, like if they were in the future to come out with another exclusive, what would you want from like kind of like a deleted scene or something that should have been filmed but never was filmed? What would you want from that? Because I think there's plenty of like really, really cool ideas that you could do. And it could be a fun conversation to have sometime. I wonder how the arm got in the place where it was. Yeah, I wonder if like, I don't think there was like multiple levels, but it's possible that there was like a second deck or something like that, and it just dropped down. I don't know, but maybe the raptor was like carrying his prey back or something like that, and it just got stuck. Or like Ray was trying to like climb over a fence to get away, and then the arm like got caught on the fence, and the raptor bit him off, and then he fell and got eaten, but the arm stayed up on the fence or something like that, and she bumped into the fence. Something like that, probably. Oh no, there's no way he was already dead. That raptor took him and made him dead. What are you making? Like dinner? Or like a meme? Yeah, and as far as I hear, it's definitely happening. Definitely. We're absolutely getting it. Fast and Furious crossover. Can't wait. Don't take me seriously. If you've watched any of the rest of this live stream, don't take me seriously. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, yeah. There you go. There's that already one that's created. The Lost World paraglider. That is one of my favorite toys ever. It's, I think it's on my shelf. Yeah, it's right there. And it's incredible. It's incredible. And, as a kid, it was one of my favorite things ever because I would be able to take Ian Malcolm and just fly him above all the different herds of dinosaurs that I had. And man, that was so cool. Like just to be able to get him up to a ledge and then have him jump off and then fly around and be able to spot where all the dinosaurs were. But to have that be like, a deleted, sequence from what could have happened in the Lost World, that's amazing. And I totally forgot, that we already had one. So that's really cool. That's really cool. But yeah, more like that, like more stuff that like, and that's the thing with that. I feel like that's more of a case where like they heard what the movie was going to be. They heard some ideas as far as what they were going to do. And Steven's like, oh, we got this really great, he's like, actually, let me mess up my hair a little bit, get it a little bit bigger. Can I like, it's like, yeah, we got this really good scene where, Ian Malcolm's going to jump, go off a cliff with a paraglider, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And then, the people at Kenner were like, oh, this sounds awesome. I can't wait to make this toy. This is the best toy that's ever been created. Are you serious? And then like they made it. And then dude, one day the guy's like, I can't wait to see that scene. I made such a cool toy. And he tells all his friends, he tells all his family. He's like, guys, this movie has this. I brought it with me. Here's the paraglider. It's got Ian Malcolm in it. It's going to be in this movie. And then it happens. The movie happens. He watches it. And then the credits roll. And everybody's like, it never happened. I could definitely see that being a thing. I don't know why anybody's watching this. Anyway, let's go over to our next thing, which is Feld Entertainment. So, Feld Entertainment was talking about Disney on Ice. So actually, first off, I was kind of I was on Instagram, I think, and I think it was like looking through stories, and I think they had like a few different stories about Disney on Ice, like coming back and all that stuff. And then at the end, it had like the Feld Entertainment logo, and then on the bottom it had like all their different properties, like logos of all their different properties. And Jurassic World Live Tour was on there, and I'm like, ooh, still okay. That's good. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. And then I went searching and found this article here with the Bradenton Herald. Oh, I'm yawning. I'm tired. So the Bradenton is like where they are out of. That's I think where their headquarters is actually. Going through the article, blah blah blah. I think it was this one. Hopefully it was this article. I got to the bottom somewhere. Maybe it wasn't this one. Oh no, it was. So it says current Feld Entertainment shows that are touring include Disney on Ice, Monster Jam, and Supercross. Feld is planning to have all of its companies touring nationally and globally in 2022, including Disney on Ice, Supercross, Monster Jam, Sesame Street Live, Marvel, and Jurassic World Live Tour. That is very, 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 very exciting. I am pumped. Can't tell you how excited I am. Feld Entertainment moving forward in 2022 again with Jurassic World Live Tour. That just makes me so happy. I love this show so much. I've had the chance to see it 3 times already, but like I would literally go 10 more times, probably more if I could. It is such a fun show. I just love everything that they've created. I love the story. I love the presentation, the dinosaurs that they've created, the actors, the cast that they had was incredible. And the score that they made a new score, mixed it with old stuff and new stuff. It's incredible. It's just such a good show. And it was so sad to see it stop. And of course it had to. But hopefully we're at a place in 2022 when that's going to be good. We can do it. We can go back. Of course, we've been having, basketball arenas filled with people. At this point in time, it's the playoffs, probably happening as we speak. Who's winning? I don't know. But this tour takes place in those same arenas, the basketball arenas. So, hopefully by 2022, we're all good. I know some things, the numbers are going up and down with COVID, so we never know where we're going to land, I guess. But right now, 2022 is on the schedule. So I know I reached out to them at some point and they didn't have really an update, but basically, they would let me know when they had more to talk about. So I was kind of a little hopeful there. That was a little while back, and now today we get news. Sort of. I mean, that's pretty newsworthy. Jurassic World Live Tour. They're planning. It's planning to have all of its companies back touring nationally. So I'm excited. So I don't know what they do. I mean, do they start back up where they left off? I don't know. Let me see here, because I know they did cancel a lot of dates. And I know they were still in the States. And let's see. Oh, okay. So there's no events currently on their website. So I can't even look up what was previously there. I don't think. No, it looks like they've taken that all down completely. So, but yeah, I know that there were plenty of dates left, and then the hopes that they would, eventually go overseas. And man, what a different time. What a different time. When I was actually in Bradenton, in their studio doing a roundtable with Feld Entertainment and the people there, I asked them like, oh, is this going to go international? And they're like, yeah, it'll end up going international. So I could definitely see them being like, well, Jurassic World, the exhibition, it's opening up in Texas. So let's bring this, or it is in Texas. But by 2022, it'll definitely have moved, because it will be going other places. But by that time, it'll probably be at another home. So maybe with fanfare for that show, a reopening like a month or, whenever, I don't know when it's going to happen, all this stuff. But well, with that opening up, maybe they decide to go international with Jurassic World Live Tour. I would not be surprised if that was the case. That would be a bummer, but I would also love it if they finished out their tour. And maybe I could definitely see them trying to like rebuild the brand and kind of hit some of the major markets again. I don't think they went out west at all. So start out in LA or something like that. Maybe hit up New York again. I don't know, but I really hope that they go all out again, and hope that you guys get a chance to see it. You know, I really hope you do. I hope everybody gets a chance. But that's very exciting. I'm so pumped that Jurassic World Live Tour is in the mix again. It's going to be coming back in 2022. That is fantastic. So when I went down there, and this looks like it might be, I don't know if this is at their facilities, but this picture here. So I took a tour of their facilities, and, you know, when we're walking around, it's just the biggest building you've ever seen in your life. Like it's incredibly huge. I could not believe how big of a building this was. We were walking so long, like down one hallway. But there was this one room that was also massive, and it was stacked from floor to ceiling with like travel cases and stuff like that, but also like racks and stuff like you see in the background there of this picture, with just Disney costumes all over the place. And then you get to see like Mickey Mouse heads and other characters, the full attires and stuff like that. It was just like, we were not allowed to take any pictures or video in there. It's like kind of like a deal, I guess, with Disney, that they're not allowed to like release the magic and like kind of show that this is just, costumes. But that room was incredible to see all the production assets there in one place. So that was really, really cool to see. But Jurassic World Live Tour on the mend. On the mend, it sounds like. So what are you guys talking about here? 20th anniversary of JP3 is in 2 days. Yikes. That's right. So 2 days. No, wait, no, it's not in 2 days. It's 4 days. It's the 18th, not 16th. Don't get confused by Google. I'm always enraged by this when like the official Jurassic World account is like saying the wrong dates. But the 18th. So, but of course. That's a thing that's happening. 20th anniversary. That's, oh my gosh. I remember 20 years ago when I saw Jurassic Park 3. So long ago. Oh my God, I'm gonna throw up. So long ago. And I just remember being in that theater and being so disappointed at the time. And obviously things have come back around, and I really do appreciate the movie. I have a great time with it, actually. But at that time, it was just a real bummer. But I am hyped for it, as is Jurassic Souls, hyped for the JP3 anniversary. I know Daniel has this awesome documentary podcast coming out. Stuck on Sorna, I think is his handle. Let me just double check here. Yeah. Stuck on Sorna. So go check out his handle. I know he's been working very, very hard on a several part podcast that actually takes a huge deep dive into Jurassic Park 3. He talked with fellow community members, but also people who made Jurassic Park 3 and got interviews that you've never heard before. So that is very, very, very exciting. Because any kind of information we can learn about Jurassic Park 3 is great information, because it's such a troubled production. To be able to learn what happened and what went wrong. Imagine all the figures that Mattel could create for Jurassic Park 3 and that production. I did say, what were you making? Were you making food or memes? And it turns out it was just a silly meme. It could only have been, when you say, hey, I gotta go make something real quick, it can only be two things: food or memes. Essentials. All right, what else are we talking about here? What else? Let's see. So yeah, Isa Sorna Communications was gonna go on the birthday, and it was canceled. That's a bummer. I'm so sorry, but this is good news. Hopefully you get your chance. Hopefully everybody on the West Coast. I can't imagine that they would skip the West Coast. I think that's a pretty important market for them to go to. So I can't imagine they would skip it, but you never know. I don't know what they've got planned and what Universal has planned and what they want to do leading up to Dominion. Oh man, think about that for a second. Jurassic World Live Tour. You've got Jurassic World the Exhibition, Jurassic World Dominion. We'll have Jurassic World Evolution for a bunch of months by that point. Evolution 2. We will get a new score with Dominion. We'll get new Dominion toys and merch and clothes and all that good stuff. We'll have, the shirts of Mr. DNA saving the world from dinosaurs, and shirts with failed actors trying to get new auditions but getting denied. So there's going to be so much good stuff in 2022. It's just getting better and better. Jurassic Souls did get to see it in Chicago. I'm so thankful you got to see it. That's awesome. No, yeah, I can't deny that at all. I think that's a very cool sequence. I don't love it as much as everybody does. I feel like everybody is just totally down with it 100%, but I have some issues with it, but I do think it is still a very cool sequence. But no, I do think here's Aquarium Master says, I have to say JP3 is a great movie. I like it more than 2. I definitely do not like it more than 2. But I do think it is fun. It is a really, really fun movie, and it's just very digestible. You could just throw it on very easily, watch it really quick. But yeah. Oh, Siaka, where are you going? Gonna go make some food? We're gonna make a meme. And yes, Cam Cretaceous, of course, season 4, probably season 5. Woo! 2022. I mean, season 4 is, this year still, but it's gonna carry into 2022. So that's very, very exciting. Just joined? Man, you've missed a whole lot of really dumb stuff. Rebel Commander says JP3 is not a good movie in my opinion, and it's by far the worst of the franchise. I wouldn't phrase it as it's the worst of the franchise, but it is last on my list. Yeah, it is last on my list. I don't really think it got... let's not phrase it as it got pushed back to December. It's kind of... once they realized what was going on with COVID, that was basically the plan. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't really think it's not like they had issues and they've had to change things or anything like that. It's just that's the best timeline for releasing, because really think about it as season 5 and season 6. Like what's your plan with those? Because those are going to be centered very close to Jurassic World Dominion. So if season 4 is in December, then you got January, February, March, April. You probably got April however, April and May for season 5 or so, which leads right into June. So you're kind of syncing up those things instead of just season 4. So by pushing season 4 to just 2 months later, it's not that far. It's not like a huge delay or anything like that. It would have only come out in September if things stayed on the same path as they have been. But yeah, so it's not really a big issue or anything. It's just that's just when they're releasing it. Jurassic Soul says, honestly, for me, JP3, it's less of the movie and more of the toys, computer games, merchandise, and websites like Jurassic Park Legacy. Those were the Jurassic things around when I was a kid. Yes, JP Legacy, huge deal back then. But for me, during that time, I was in high school, and it was none of those things. For JP Legacy and stuff, I would, kick around there for a little while. But I've only recently started collecting toys for JP3. I literally never had any. Never had any JP3 toys until a few years ago. Then I just had like one or two. And now I have a handful. I actually just picked up, I think, what is that, a Quetzalcoatlus? Yeah, I think so. Is it? I think so. Is that what I got? How do I even, let's see, that's hard to spell while live streaming. Let's see. Yeah, I just picked up Alan Grant. I think it's Alan Grant. Oh, no, wait. It's a Tapijara, isn't it? Yeah, Tapijara. Okay, sorry. I don't know. That's what I got. I'm not very versed in the JP3 toys. Like I said, I just never... that was one of the things. It was like, first off, the movie... Actually going back before the movie, I was irked by the scenes that I saw on, like, Jay Leno. They I think William H. Macy was on there, and he's like, "Hey, let's watch some of this movie." I didn't even mean to do that Jay Leno impersonation, but it just kind of happened. Hey, yeah, let's kind of let's go watch this movie here. And it was JP3, and then they showcased the scene from it, and I was just bummed by that scene. I thought the camera angles and all that good stuff, it just wasn't, the cinematography wasn't on par. And then the toys come out, and I'm like, this is not a Jurassic Park toy. The humans, this is not a human figure from the Jurassic series. What is happening? I don't like the scale. But I know it's a standard scale. It's just not something that I ever liked. So there was a number of things that just kind of got me off the bandwagon. So yeah, I wasn't really into things around then. I kind of transitioned over to Lord of the Rings. I think for sure. I don't know if it'll go exactly the way of the novel, but I would say for sure. I think he'll definitely get his demise, and he's, he hasn't exactly said so, but he's pretty much said so. Like, I think he's pretty much kind of spilled the beans there. It's probable that he's going to get his death. But I don't know if it'll be exactly like it was in the novel. He kind of was like killed from above, right? Like, or something like that. I think a raptor jumped down from the visitor center or something like that. But yeah. Let's see. Did we talk about this T-Rex versus Spino Pack? No, I didn't actually. I didn't talk about that. Speaking of Jurassic Park 3, I guess. Let's take a look real quick. All right, so let's go with this one. Yeah, it's right here. You can barely see it, but of course I'm not logged in, so can't check it out. But it's right there. Actually, let me just see if I can do this. It's a pretty big pack. You've got T-Rex over here, Spino here. Why? I don't know. Is it supposed to be like a JP3 anniversary kind of edition? It's not right. I mean, I do like that Spinosaurus much more than the original one, and I think this one kind of more so replicates the Spinosaurus from the film. So I do really appreciate this look of this Spinosaurus, but that Rex doesn't resemble the Rex from JP3 at all. But if this was the JP3 pack, if this is what this is supposed to be simulating, the Spinosaur would be the victor every time, and the T-Rex would be broken in half. So what else we have to talk about? Lewis, love your DNA cap. Thank you. You like my shirt? Jay Leno is evil. Alan. Yeah, so the thing about the Alan, which I've said it probably before here, but like I have really, really come to appreciate that moment in the film. I know it's kind of like blasphemy a little bit, but that moment, it is really, really good, and it helps to pay off the messaging of this film, which is like communication. And it's such a good payoff. Like it's so good because Alan is literally in the beginning of Jurassic Park 3. He goes over to Ellie's house and he's talking to the bird that Ellie owns now that they used to know. He used to know this bird, and the bird used to know him. When probably was out in the trailer when they're on at the dig site, and him and Ellie share the trailer, and the bird's in there, and he's talking to that bird like, Alan, is my name Alan? You used to know me. This bird used to know him. The bird used to say Alan. The bird used to talk and say Alan. And then he's still thinking about that interaction, and he goes to sleep on this airplane, and a velociraptor says Alan. A velociraptor, a descendant, the bird is the descendant of the velociraptor. Like that is just, it's mind-blowing when you actually think about the context of that moment. And then even more, adding more context, you have the velociraptor resonating chamber in there so that Alan himself can communicate to these birds, these dinosaur birds that are alive today. Like how cool is that? That is such an incredible thematic moment that is so overlooked because it's kind of silly, right? It's a silly moment, but it is so good and it plays off so well. But when you look at it on the surface, and I know it's an easy thing to make fun of, it's kind of silly, right? It's a little silly, but at its heart, there's a lot of really cool, connections in this movie. Yeah, these days. But that Alan moment is still something that people will look at and be like, oh, that was so dumb. Now, of course, could they have just gotten, could it have been a JP1 Raptor? That would have made the scene chef's kiss. It would have been an amazing scene. But it was a JP3 Raptor, so I have to go assuming that, Nick Van Owen, Nick Van Owen, he's out there documenting with his, tiny, he's, out there, hey, there's a velociraptor. It's about 2 miles. I can see it perfectly in this camera. Did you get it? Hold on, let me get my little satellite dish and put it on this ledge for no reason. So, I have to assume that there was some sort of documentation so that now he's thinking about the raptors that are on Sorna. But why would he be thinking about the raptors that are on Sorna? Because he's not, in his mind, he's going to Nublar or flying over Nublar, right? Yeah, I think so. But yeah. Evolution is constantly on Alan's mind. Yes. Even when your explanation, I find it too stupid to be good. That's fair. I can only see how cool it is at this point. I can only see how cool of a sequence it is because of all those payoffs with the communication. And by the end of the movie, he is literally communicating with these velociraptors in their way instead of them communicating in his way, like he originally tried at the beginning of the movie. So it's just, it pays off so incredibly well. Siaka was 5 when JP3 came out, so was literally not able to comprehend why the scene was stupid until it was already conditioned to love it by nostalgia. So, I mean, that's fair too. I think that's why that movie is so important to so many people, is because it came out at the right time. Or, I don't know if that was exactly the right time at 5 years old, but for me, The Lost World being like 11 or 12, like that was the perfect time. But yeah, you know, we don't really, you tend to just overlook a lot of things. And like, you know, speaking of, Space Jam is coming out. Space Jam 2 is coming out this week, right? On Friday. And, you know, there's been a lot of conversation about Space Jam 1 and that movie. And a lot of people are saying, oh, that movie's so dumb. It's terrible. It's you know, it's garbage. Not a good movie whatsoever. But I'm sitting here like, hey, I love that movie. Unironically, I think it's awesome. So, because I saw it at the right time, you know, like, and I guess I don't see those flaws even as an adult. But yeah. Now that would be an exclusive. Come on, Brad. It's a Nikon. Even Sarah. I know. This is the only one I had. If I want a Nikon, I got to go upstairs. Do I have one upstairs? I think we have one upstairs. Oh no, Lewis was 1. Perfect. That literally is. There's no better time for a movie to come out when you're 1. That is literally the best time for a movie to come out. Back to the Future. I mean, I was 0 basically when that came out. But it's amazing. -7. Yeah, you know, you were around which, just -7, 1, or 5, or like 16, like I was. For the longest time, I thought killing Rexes in movies, games was a practice trapped in the 2000s, but well, nope. Welcome to Jurassic World Dominion. All right, so 5. That's what you were saying. Okay, so not 1, not -7. Okay. Let's. Oh, you guys keep talking and I keep clicking the wrong things. I haven't seen Space Jam. My parents think both Space Jams are stupid. But wait, both? They've already seen number 2? How? What? Not fair. Why? Watch them. They're fun. Anyway, let's move over because I know Jurassic Souls wanted to bring up Stegosaur. So I got that right here. I have not watched this yet. I only saw the GIF that Jurassic Souls posted on Twitter, and it was fantastic. It was a fantastic GIF. So let's roll the tape. Species field guide. I don't know if you guys can hear this. I think you can.
Stegosaurus is one of the world's most distinguishable dinosaurs, instantly recognizable by its 2 rows of upright dermal plates. These run all along its back towards the powerful spikes at the end of its tail.
Well, that was very fast. Let's roll that again.
Stegosaurus is one of the world's most distinguishable dinosaurs.
Oh, look at this pronunciation, by the way. Stegosaurus.
Instantly recognizable dinosaurs. Instantly recognizable by its 2 rows of upright dermal plates. These run all along its back towards the powerful spikes at the end of its tail.
I know they did say that they've updated their, behaviors and stuff like that. So that is phenomenal to have them have
instantly recognizable
instead of just walking and eating and fighting. Like to give them more than that, and sleeping. I guess sleeping was also there.
By its 2 rows of upright dermal plates,
and breaking out.
These run all along its back towards the powerful spikes at the end of its tail.
Breaking fences, yeah. But yeah, so that is very cool to add some more thing. Look at that; it is so fantastic, and it shows you that, like, hey guys, we're in a modern age. We're not every dinosaur has to do the exact same thing, so or look the same way. That is super cool. I love this.
Dinosaurs, instantly recognizable by its 2 rows of upright dermal plates.
Rubbing its head. Oh my
These run all along its back towards the.
That is fantastic. I want to go back because I don't think I actually watched the Coelophysis one. Maybe I did. I forget.
The Coelophysis is a perfect representation of the early theropods.
That is so good.
An opportunistic carnivore, a nimble and tireless threat, with a jaw full of sharp serrated teeth.
I love it. Fantastic. It looks phenomenal. My God. So the Coelophysis, one of my favorite toys as a kid from Kenner. Absolutely loved that Coelophysis. I had the 2-pack or whatever it was. One's there, and they look spot on. I think that's pretty great. I would love more figures like that. Those were like bendy, posable, rubber. Like those were super, super cool. But yeah, I'm very excited for this game. Yes, the little rolls, these animations are great. Absolutely. I know somebody asked it before. I don't know if it was these sort of communications, but what events do you want for Chaos Mode Jurassic World Evolution 2? For Chaos Mode, that's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I had the conversation, I've mentioned it a few times, whether it was on podcast or somewhere. But talking on the live stream, I'm like having a hard time finding a spot to sit. Talking on a live stream back in June, Tom Jurassic had mentioned like the sick Triceratops scene. That would be a really, really fantastic sequence to have, in this game, to be able to showcase like Jerry Harding coming into that event or something like that. I don't know if it's Jerry or if they just make a generic guy, number one. But if they showcase like Jerry Harding going into getting the call, going out, going to the sick Triceratops, traversing around, trying to figure out the issue, stuff like that would be really, really cool to be able to showcase a scene that like that already. And then, like it said, I think it said to put a twist on it, right? So then you get to see what happens after, the crew leaves and you get to see Ellie and Jerry, figuring out how to heal this thing up, how to get it back. Oh my God, I'm so tired. How to get it back into good shape and how to get it back up and moving around, get it back into a pen, which that's actually something that, is talked about a lot in Camp Cretaceous, is like the herd patterns and stuff like that, moving these animals around from paddock to paddock, putting them in their nighttime pens. That could be an interesting thing if that ever was a thing that was available on Isla Nublar back in 93. If there were like nighttime pens that they had to get this Triceratops into because the storm's rolling in and stuff like that. So it could be cool to see like a twist on different moments like that. Let's see, the Lost World. What could we see from the Lost World? I would just assume, it would be some sort of take on the game trail sequence with the hunters. Oh my God, I can't stop yawning. Oh, the hunters out there trying to track down the different dinosaurs and stuff like that. And that could be cool to try to track down a certain species or something like that that is on InGen's list that they want for the San Diego park. That could be cool. JP3. That's an interesting one because like there's literally only like, the crew that it shouldn't be there on the island. It's not like there's like a group of people that are taking care of dinosaurs or anything. So I don't know how that would even factor in, but it would probably be like a flying dinosaur sequence, right? It would just be like the Pteranodons. I know they're not dinosaurs, but you get it. It's probably something with those. I don't know what, but like maybe you see they get out and you have to track them down, or maybe the military, maybe like your military kind of team that has to track down the Pteranodons when they've landed in Enid, Oklahoma or something like that. Like, how cool would that be? Jurassic World, it would be cool to see that Pachycephalosaurus scene that you see on the video in the beginning. So that would be kind of cool to see, like, what happened there, like before and after, and what would be the twist. And Fallen Kingdom, I don't know. I feel like there could be some sort of story set, with Mill's crew and what's Wheatley or something like that, trying to take down a dinosaur and something like that. It could be cool. It could be cool to see because there was plenty of transportations off that island, and seeing all those helicopters and stuff like that. It really fits into the evolution style, I think. But yeah, chaos theory mode, or whatever it is, chaos mode, is basically like you take a scene from the film, but you look at it through a different perspective, or it's got a twist on the moment. So that could be really cool. And I think there's a lot of different things, but like those are just some of the ones that come to my mind. Yeah, I guess you did, right? You just got to touch it. You cannot touch. Yeah, I think it's going to be a long time before we get something like that. But yeah, that would be nice if the Coelophysis got the Kenner skin. Yeah, true. I don't know what that would be, but like, it would actually be kind of cool if like Dr. Wu is, on Sorna, and they actually like need you to breed a hybrid Spinosaur or something like that. Something like he wants you to make a Spinosaur with some extra traits that, make it as violent as it is, and make it as dominant as it is. That could be really, really cool if they were to do something like that, like have a team down there, which we never saw in the movie, but they were there around the same time or even before, I guess. I don't know. But, that would be cool if they kind of tied it into that amalgam testing kind of thing from the DPG site. Animax Designs uploaded the picture of the new dinosaur animatronic for Jurassic World, the exhibition. What dinosaur could it be, Ankylosaurus? I haven't seen the picture, but you can't tell from the picture? I don't know. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, yeah. No idea. Let's bring it up here for everybody to see. There you go. Happy to announce that that one of our newest dinosaurs took her first steps today. She had some cold feet at first, but once we gave her some leg warmers, she was off to the races. Achieving first movement, as we say in the biz, is an important milestone in our design process. Congrats to our engineering team, controls team, and of course our dino for taking one small step for Animax and one giant leap for Dino Kind. I don't know. That's an interesting one. I feel like I wonder if it's like I wonder, do you think it's like that one that Colin showcased? What was the one that was in that picture? I absolutely do not remember the name of that thing. So I wonder, like, when is this? No, it doesn't look anything like that. Never mind. Yeah, I don't think it does. Definitely not. I don't know what it could be. I have no idea what it could be. But I feel like maybe is it like Triceratops or something like that? I don't know. No, probably not. That's a pretty unique looking foot. I am no, expert when it comes to dinosaur anatomy, but I don't know. Looks cool. Looks cool. How do you think a San Diego Park mode would go, for something like that, especially considering the more urban location? How would something like that go for, I don't know. I think that would be pretty awesome to be able to like get the full scope of that park. Man, that would be so cool if they were to create that San Diego Park. That would be amazing. But I don't know. That would be a fantastic mode to see like that park come to fruition. Kind of like, we know it never happened, but still we all want to play it. We all want to see it happen. But yeah, I don't know. I think it would be cool to see like to structure it in a way where you have to satisfy the audience, because at that place, it's basically just a stadium, right? Like, I feel like it's like mostly just a stadium that you view. Maybe there's different enclosures, but like I feel like it's just going to be like one big arena. So it could be cool to see like how they corral dinosaurs and keep the show going. Like you have to stick to a schedule, get this dinosaur out, get them back in their cage, get this dinosaur out, get them back in their cage. Like that could be really cool to see, and a fun task to do, like something that you like had to do all of these set parameters in order to keep your attendance, level, like the attendance high and their happiness high, like to keep everything like up so that, people are still happy and viewing the show. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's too bright in here right now. Yeah, this is a fair point. The foot is similar to the Ankh, even they already made one for the exhibition in China. Yeah, I mean they're ramping up other shows, right? So they're putting it in different places around the world at this point now. So they could just be building, doubles of what we've already seen. I have no idea. No idea. I would assume not for a while. I would just say like maybe sometime next year it comes to like LA or something like that. I don't know. No idea. But it's hit Philly, it hit Chicago, now it's in Texas. So I feel like LA and then maybe like somewhere in the Southeast or something. Everything and anything is canon. So all we need is a bunch of branches and timelines in Jurassic to make everything make sense again. So that's all we need. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and end it there before we get too deep on the canon. But it's been fun. It's been fun, guys. Thank you so much. I'm glad we could get back to start talking about Jurassic again on the live stream and talk about what you guys want to talk about the latest news. Please go check out the podcast itself over on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. It's on Amazon Music, Audible. It's on there too. We're on TikTok. Go follow us on TikTok. That's a thing that's happening. Yeah, let's see. Guess I can do this on here, right? Oh, nope, that's not the right site. I forget it. I can't find it quick enough. Oh, it's probably because I got to type in like the handle or something. I don't know how to do this. I've never like searched for it. I'll forget it. Anyway, it's on. It's on there. Go find it. I'm trying to do some fun stuff over there. Some different stuff. You want a dinosaur? There you go. But yeah, anyway, it's been fun, guys. Go follow us all over the place at Jurassic Park Pod on Twitter, Jurassic Park Podcast on Instagram and Facebook. Subscribe over here. Hopefully you've already done that. Share this around, like these videos. Go to JurassicParkPodcast.com. Find all of our articles, our show notes, all that good stuff. And anything else? TikTok, I mentioned that. YouTube. It's been a while since I've done this. Thank you guys so much. It's always fun. And I'll try to do these. I'll try to get back on track and do these every Wednesday night for you guys because I really, really have a good time doing these. And we do some ridiculous stuff, some fun stuff. And we're always down for a silly goose time, right? So we're always going to be doing some crazy stuff, doing some voices, just making fools of ourselves. But no Ben cosplay. There's never any Ben cosplay. So don't expect that anytime soon. But thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next Wednesday. And of course, listen to the podcast next Monday as well. Thank you so much. See you next time.